AITA for refusing to help my parents after learning I'm not in their will? So, this is a story I never thought I'd be telling, but here we are. I, 27F, found out something recently that has completely changed the way I view my parents, Linda, 56F, and David, 58M. My whole life I've always tried to be the good daughter. I've helped out, never asked for much, and I've always been there for my younger sister, Carly, 24F. But now, I'm not so sure about any of it. Let me take you back a few months. My parents aren't super wealthy, but they're comfortable. My dad runs a small business, and my mom works part-time as a bookkeeper. They've always been pretty private about their finances, but recently, they've been asking for more and more help, financially, that is. My dad's business has been struggling, and they've hinted several times that they might need me to pitch in. I've been working hard to build my own career, so it wasn't easy, but I did what I could. I loaned them some money a few times, never really questioning it. One day, I was at their house, helping out with some paperwork for my dad's business. They left me alone in the office, and I came across something that shook me. Their will. Now, I'm not the kind of person to snoop, but it was literally sitting on the desk, like they'd just been going over it. Curiosity got the best of me, and I peeked. What I saw was like a punch in the gut. Everything, I mean everything, was going to Carly. I'm not in the will. At all. My name wasn't even mentioned, except for a note about a small trust fund they had set up when I was a baby, which I already knew about. But that was it. No share of the house, no inheritance, nothing. It was all for Carly. I couldn't believe it. Carly and I have always had a pretty normal sibling relationship, but she's definitely the one who gets more attention. She's more outgoing, more charming, and let's be honest, she knows how to play the victim when things don't go her way. But I never thought it would come to this. When I confronted my parents about it, their reaction was bizarre. My mom got all defensive, saying things like, "Well, Carly needs it more than you and you're doing fine on your own, aren't you?" My dad just kind of sat there, silent, like he didn't know what to say. When I pressed him further, my mom finally admitted that they felt Carly would struggle without the financial support, whereas I had proven I could take care of myself. What? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Carly is 24 and still living at home, working part-time at a retail store, and constantly switching career plans. Meanwhile, I've been working full-time since I graduated college, paying my own rent and managing my own life. And somehow, I'm being punished for being self-sufficient. I told them that if I wasn't considered part of the family when it came to their will, then I didn't see why I should continue to be part of the family when it came to helping them out financially. My mom flipped out, saying I was being selfish and that family helps family. My dad tried to play peacemaker, saying they didn't mean to hurt me, but it was clear they didn't see anything wrong with what they were doing. Since then, things have been tense, to say the least. I stopped giving them financial support, and now they're really struggling. They've asked me multiple times to help out, even small amounts, but I've held firm. I told them that if I'm not worth including in their future, then they're not worth including in mine. Carly, of course, has gotten involved. She called me up the other day, acting all hurt, saying that she didn't ask for any of this and that I'm tearing the family apart. She even had the nerve to ask me if I'd consider giving her part of my trust fund when our parents pass away, because it's only fair since she'll be taking care of them. I laughed. I actually laughed out loud. I told her that if she's so eager to take everything they have, she can take the responsibility too. Now she's mad at me, my parents are mad at me, and I'm just sitting here wondering how the hell it got to this point. I feel guilty, but at the same time, I feel like I'm finally standing up for myself. AITA for refusing to help them out after what I found out. Should I just suck it up and keep being the good daughter, or is it time for me to let go of this toxic dynamic? Update 1*. Wow, I didn't expect this post to blow up. Thanks for all the support and feedback, even from those who think I might be in the wrong here. I wanted to give a little update since things have escalated. After reading through a lot of your comments, I decided to have a serious talk with my parents. I went over to their house with the intention of having a calm, rational conversation. Let me tell you, that is not what happened. When I brought up the will again, my mom lost it. She started yelling at me about how ungrateful I was being, how I should be thankful for everything they've done for me, and that it was their right to divide their assets however they saw fit. She even accused me of being money hungry because I was upset about not getting a share of the inheritance. I tried to explain that it wasn't about the money, it was about the principle. I've been there for them, I've helped them financially, emotionally, and practically. But to be completely written out of their future plans? It felt like a slap in the face. My dad, again, sat there silently, clearly uncomfortable but unwilling to stand up to my mom. At one point, Carly showed up, and the argument got even worse. She started crying, classic Carly move, saying that she didn't ask to be the favorite and that I was putting her in an impossible position. I told her that this wasn't about her, this was about our parents' decision to exclude me, but of course, she made it all about herself. I ended up leaving the house feeling even worse than before. My mom sent me a long text later that night, basically reiterating everything she said earlier and telling me that if I want to be petty, then I shouldn't expect any help from them in the future. The irony of that statement is not lost on me. Update 2. It's been a few weeks since the big blow-up, and things have only gotten worse. My parents are now struggling more than ever with their finances, and I've heard through the grapevine that they're considering selling their house. Part of me feels bad, but the other part of me can't help but think they brought this on themselves. They made their bed, now they have to lie in it. Carly, meanwhile, has been ramping up her guilt trips. She's been texting me nonstop, saying that I'm abandoning the family and that I'm going to regret it when our parents are gone. She even sent me a long message about how she's been researching assisted living facilities for our parents because she's the only one left who cares. Here's the thing though, after everything that's happened, I've started to realize that maybe this isn't just about the will. Maybe this has been about more than just money all along. I've always been the one who's taking care of things, the responsible one, the one who never needed help. And now, when I finally asked for some recognition, I'm being told that I'm selfish. I'm starting to wonder if this dynamic has always been toxic, and I just never saw it. Final update. Alright, here's the last update because I think I've made my decision. After weeks of going back and forth, I've decided to go low contact with my parents and Carly. I realize that no matter what I do, I'm always going to be the bad guy in their eyes. If I help them, I'm enabling their behavior. If I don't help them, I'm abandoning the family. There's no winning here. I've been focusing on myself, my career, and my own happiness. It's been hard, but honestly, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. For the first time in a long time, I'm not worrying about what my parents think or what Carly is going to guilt me into next. I haven't heard much from them since I made the decision to step back. Carly did send me one final text saying that she hopes I'm happy with my choice and that our parents are heartbroken. But for once, I didn't feel the need to respond. I'm finally putting myself first, and it feels good. So, AITA for refusing to help my parents after learning I'm not in their will? Maybe. But I think I'm okay with that.